Hi there, you, yes, you, watching this video. I want to talk today about minecarts and their interesting functionality in terms of lacking certain functionality. So, one thing that I just learned today, because the game doesn't do a very good job teaching players this, is that you can actually make minecart trains. Yeah, this is completely vanilla Minecraft. I do have Optifine, but this isn't an Optifine feature. They just do this. If you run a furnace minecart into like 3 other carts, they link up like this. How cool is that? Unfortunately, there are a few issues here. Issue number 1, we'll see right now. When we reverse direction, by not using a GUI in the furnace minecart, might I add, but by right-clicking on the opposite side where I'm not sitting, this happens. The other minecarts just get completely launched and detach away from the minecart furnace. This isn't good for making trains in Minecraft. You don't want a reverse direction to mean all your other carts get completely propelled away while your engine cart is lost somewhere off in the ether. Now, part of improvements I think that could be made to this is, 1, adding a GUI that lets the player choose direction and see how much fuel is in the minecart, as well as alternate fuel sources, because right now you can't use coal blocks or lava buckets to power furnace minecarts, which is weird, because I think these would be great for like long-term or even faster furnace minecarts. And then another, kind of the other thing to solving that issue would be just make it so the trains hold together when being pushed as well as pulled, because they do a pretty great job staying together when pulled on straight, flat track, but they don't do a very good job going the other way. Issue number 2 is the speed. If I walk alongside of this train here, you'll notice that I'm actually overtaking it. I can quite literally walk faster than it. This is not good for transportation. If I sprint, I'm even faster. I don't think this is very good. I think furnace minecarts, when pushing or pulling a train and actually holding it together, should be faster than, well, not faster, but as fast as a regular minecart on powered rail. And I know this might seem like it would make powered rail obsolete, but powered rail would still have uses in cases like this, where it's basically being used as a redstone tool. And it would still have a use in sort of more roller coaster type setups, where you have a single, just single minecart not connected to a furnace minecart going up an incline using powered rail and then, falling off using regular rail and creating something like that. I think that would still have a... However, in its current state, it's very slow, and I think being as fast as powered rail would be really great for creating actually useful rail systems in Minecraft that, have a purpose beyond just being cool and would actually, add something to the player's ability. Another issue I want to talk about with these is turns, and the fact that they don't handle them at all. Let's just send this thing on its way, and you'll see that when it hits this turn, you'll see here that one of the minecarts got completely derailed. Both of these got sent backwards. I don't know why that one did. It's a complete mess for really no good reason. So, yeah, not great. That shouldn't happen on turns, because no minecart track should ever just be like a perfectly straight line. That's just not useful to the player. Again, all of this is about making these things actually useful to the player, so the player has a reason to use this feature, if they even knew it existed. So, that's not great. Issue number, I don't know if I'm on 3 at this point, is that this is a kind of unknown feature. I didn't know about this till I looked on the wiki, and I did a bunch of Googling. That's not good, I don't think. I think there should be a way to teach players that this is a thing you can do. You can actually make trains. So I think part of that could be in abandoned mine shafts, including some kind of tutorial, like how igloos have a tutorial for curing zombie villagers, or, the nether portals, the naturally spawning nether portals they just added in like 1.16. Those kind of teach new players how to make nether portals. I think this could be great for teaching players how to make trains, having them be in abandoned mine shafts. Alongside with that, I think they should change the way minecarts are linked. Instead of just smushing them together and hope they link up, I think using the chain item and connecting them and sort of having something that looks like when you connect a lead to a mob, you get this kind of rope thing. And I think having something that looks like that, but gray, connecting these minecarts would be really cool and add better visual indication to the player that everything's linked up. And that would be nice because then, for situations like roller coasters, which I mentioned earlier, you could have a train of just regular minecarts that would run on powered rail with no furnace minecart, and they would stick together. And again, that would come with tightening the bond between minecarts, making them not fall off on turns, and also inclines. So, first thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a 1 block tall incline. And you'll notice something interesting happen. If I send it forward, so far so good. Those two kind of merge together. Oh, and now it's completely separated from the rest of the system. They just completely combine together. That's not good. That's not how a train should function on an incline. The moment it reaches the downhill, it just completely falls apart. So I think a way to, improve that would just be have them stick together. Again, that would just be like a nice thing that lets minecarts just be more functional to the player, instead of needing to have completely straight track, you can actually have workable inclines that these trains can work around. And the reason I only made a 1 block tall incline is because if your incline is over 2 blocks, what happens is the train just completely falls apart. So definitely increasing the scale at which inclines can be made with these trains would be great, along with increasing, or rather, making it so when they go down an incline, they stay together, pushing and pulling, staying together, curves, turns, staying together. I think there's a lot of missed potential with this system. I think it's too unknown to the player. I don't think it's very well communicated even when you know about it, whether or not you've even done it right, and I, don't think it's very useful in its current state. So, all my suggestions are using chains to connect minecarts and having some kind of visual indication that you have connected them, and also allowing chains of, minecarts to be made that aren't just with a furnace minecart, like multiple passenger cars to make a roller coaster type thing. Making minecart furnaces have some kind of GUI to view the fuel in them and allow for lava buckets and coal blocks to be used, and also change direction. And there could even be like a speed control in there too, that you'd have a maximum speed that's like powered rail speed, but then you could go slower if you're, wanting to stop somewhere and don't want to run into a wall. Also, maybe allowing the trains to be longer, because this seems to be the maximum limit. I haven't gotten a longer one than this to work. That would be nice. And allowing them to work better on inclines and also just work on turns. Yeah, that's all I really have to say about this. I don't know if a Minecraft dev will ever see this. I'd like it if, it could make its way to one of them, just because I think there's just a lot of missed potential with these, and, with the upcoming improvement to caves in 1.18, having really cool, minecart setups that could run in and out of caves could be a lot of fun, pulled by minecart furnaces that, actually work up and down inclines, along turns, a little bit better functionality, making these more useful, making them viable forms of transportation, and just being more fun for the player. Just wanted to collect my thoughts on this. And thanks for watching, and I hope these improvements get brought to Minecraft someday. Someday. Alright. Y'all stay safe out there. Goodbye.